Welcome back to Above the Board with Josh
and Phil, where we just played Castle Panic.
I like the cards.
I like the components.
Yeah.
Dice Tower does a cool thing where they're just like throwing all the components on the board. I just opened this today. Don't do that.
I won't do
All
that.
right.
I wouldn't dream of doing that.
Tower defense game, and you just play your cards to kill monsters as quickly as possible because they go
guarding
hard.
3 different zones.
And it's kind of neat because each card can only affect like one of the zones. And I think it took us a minute to figure this out.
Yeah.
But like the discarding and trading cards is like key.
It's
cooperative.
crucial.
Yes, we're a team. We're panicking together. So
if we don't panic together, then Disglessium or whatever you called it is done for.
Yes, we're castle panicking at the Disglessium. So I like the art on the cards. It's like fun. It's a little bit repetitive because they only change based on color basically. But
something like this fast paced though, that's all you need.
Like it helps keep the cards recognizable, you know.
Yeah, because it is a pretty quick paced game, which is nice for like a co-op game.
It was super easy to teach.
Yeah, it's super easy to learn too.
Because it's basically just like the green archer hits monsters in the green zone on the archer level.
Same with knights or swordsmen, and then, if you get any special cards, the cards tell you what they can and cannot hit, essentially.
And then when you're done, all the monsters move closer.
Yeah, pretty easy.
And if they destroy your castle towers, these sweet little standee castle towers, I might add, then you lose. And you notice how our board was empty. We lost.
We failed.
Because I think one of the exciting things is not just monsters that come out, is that sometimes these little wild card things come out and make crazy things happen.
Ooh, yeah, like the boulders. The
boulders are really fun. First one wrecked us, and then the second one actually helped us kill some trolls. It's pretty cool.
I think from an entertainment standpoint, like the amount of bad draws that we got on the monster card, even though it's frustrating at the moment, in hindsight, it's hilarious.
I think that's what makes co-op games fun, though. Like, if you're not panicking... to lean into the theme here, I feel like it's not a fun co-op.
We both would be like, draw 3 more monster tokens after like June or 2. And then mine had like the one that was like 4 or whatever it was.
Yeah, you had to draw 4, and one of them was the Goblin King that drew 3 more.
Yeah.
The first turn felt like it was going to be a slow-paced game, but very quickly it was more monsters than we could handle.
Super fast. Even though it's frustrating in-game, I like the limitations to what your like individual units can do.
It's true. Like when you're playing, you're like, if my archer can hit here, I wish it could hit everywhere.
Yeah.
But I think the game plays better for it. I think you're right.
Yeah, absolutely. It makes it more panicky.
It took us too long to figure out that you're allowed to trade cards.
Yeah, if you just like communicate a little bit more openly, and I was not great at that, to be honest.
Yeah, and you get to discard a card and draw a new one. And so like cycling those cards is really important since your archer can only hit that one arc. And then you want to do a little anticipation, be like, oh, after the archer zone, they go to the knight zone. So I'll trade you a knight for an archer and we can hit it twice, We got there, but maybe it was too late.
Too little, too late.
I think it's just thematic enough. I mean, I like the generic goblins, orcs, trolls. They just knock your castle over.
Yeah.
And I kind of like when they cross that line, they just walk around your castle knocking stuff over.
Just breaking your fine china set that you got from your grandmama. I mean, that's what orc would do. Yeah.
Take the princess, but not the china.
Don't touch the fancy china.
I do think it's interesting how they take a damage when they destroy your tower.
Yeah, and that's also like super helpful because if you want to be kind of reckless, you know what I mean?
Yeah, there's like this touch of strategy where you're like, let him die knocking the wall over.
Let him fight.
Save your swordsman for someone else. So who would you recommend this game to?
I'm personally not a big tower defense guy, but this game made me enjoy the concept because of the co-op element of it. You know what I mean? Because like a lot of times when you're playing tower defense, it's one-on-one, and you're just kind of like left to your own devices. Like you have no reinforcements essentially. But playing with someone, it introduces that new element of like, oh, like you're basically calling in when you're swapping your cards. You're calling in reinforcements. So I think that anyone that likes tower defense games of any capacity would like that kind of twist on it.
That's interesting too. Like now that you bring it up, it doesn't feel like one to me, like in the classic sense of like build all these buildings and let minions walk past them. Like that's not how this plays at all. It feels like you're like on the castle wall. Attack him!
Commands,
Look out for that guy! Yeah, if you like co-ops, you'll like it. If you like quick games, I feel like this would be a solid family game. Like, it'd be real...
Oh, yeah,
like,
for sure.
Not hard to teach the kids.
No, and it'd be a lot of fun.
And it's short enough that, even though we lost, we weren't like, oh, we just wasted our time.
Yeah, no,
it was like fun
losing.
Good time.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that. My family would have a kick out of this game for sure. This sort of like thematic element of like the whole, fantasy defending.
Yeah, I do like games that are thematic enough like this that we can goof off and tell stories.
Yeah, of course. That's the power of imagination.
So yeah, if you want to see the power of our imagination, check out our playthrough on our YouTube channel or listen to past episodes on AboveTheBoardPodcast.com.
Where we keep it, what, Philip? Where do we keep it? Above the board with Josh
and Phil.